if David Haye would sign with Al Haymon, he would become an international superstar. David Haye, 6'3", about 210, 220 pounds, 26-2 with 24 knockouts, is very charismatic. He knows how to talk. He knows how to sell fights. And over here in America, we like that. So if he does sign out, if he does sign with Al Haymon, it's the perfect combination for both of these guys. Al Haymon has been known to have his fighters in nationally televised fights that his fighters can win. And David Haye doesn't like fighting all the time. David Haye has fought twice in 2010, 110 2011, 110 2012 in an unsanctioned bout, and he hasn't fought since. Now, we know that in the end of 2013, he supposedly had a career-ending, or a career-threatening shoulder injury that doctors advised him to retire. Whatever the case may be, he was supposed to have 2 fights with poor old Tyson Fury. Was been pissed off and ain't been the same since. And David Haye has been kind of looking like his credibility has been somewhat suspect over the last years. And with the Vladimir Klitschko fight, that just was a disgrace. Despite the toe, whatever the case may be, he had to take his whole shoe off to show us his toe. But still, it was a disgrace. So when you think about what has David Haye done for us lately, nothing. I'm a fan, but why should I believe him when he says he wants to be the unified, undisputed champion of the world? Vladimir Klitschko has that honor, and I don't think Vladimir Klitschko would ever fight David Haye again. And where does that make David Haye go? Now, if David Haye does sign with Al Haymon, Bermane Stiverne versus Deontay Wilder, that's going to happen. And I guess David Haye is going to fight Deontay Wilder in a very big fight. And if I'm correct, they're somewhat friends. And if you haven't seen the sparring video of David Haye and Deontay Wilder, then you need to check it out. Now, I can see David Haye, with Al Haymon in a comeback fight, fighting a fat Chad Dawson, or they calling up Antonio Tarver, or calling up Seth Mitchell, because that's the type of promoter, or manager, advisor I see Al Haymon as being. So when I look at a fighter like David Haye, I see all the skills, I see all the charisma, I see the fact that he can be an international superstar, but I see a fighter who doesn't seem like he really wants to test himself. Now, he's getting up there in age. If I'm correct, he's 32, 33 years old, if I'm correct. So he has to make a decision on what he's going to do. He can't keep pussyfooting around. Now, as far as making money, yeah, he's fine, but he hasn't been making no American money. Now, starting with Al Haymon, I'm trying to figure out, with this malnourished heavyweight division, it's a heavyweight division on the rise, okay? I would love to see a David Haye versus Chris Arreola. Great fight. David Haye, put him in there against even a Mansell or Malik Scott. But as it stands right now, even though David Haye hasn't been active, he's still one of the best heavyweights in the world. Now, as far as guys like Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, Brian Jennings, Mike Perez, Carlos Takam, who else? I'm missing some. I know I'm missing some. But honestly, it's hard talking about David Haye because to be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out, how to talk about him positively. But realistically, he hasn't done nothing for us. Truth be told, I do not believe in David Haye. When he says he's going to fight, I be like, man, I'm going to just believe that shit when he get into the ring. Him saying he wants to be an undisputed champion is kind of a joke to me. And remember, I'm saying I'm a fan. I will watch and enjoy all of his fights. But I'm thinking you're not going to fight enough to be no undisputed champ. And you're definitely not going to be defending all those titles. Please subscribe. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Also, be sure to check out the article down below on Real Combat Media. Please subscribe.